You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Dwell in the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Our life is what our thoughts make it. If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth, by which no one was ever truly harmed. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Receive without conceit, release without struggle. A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. The best answer to anger is silence. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Be content to seem what you really are. A person's worth is measured by the worth of what he values. The only wealth which you will keep forever is the wealth you have given away. Nowhere can a man find a quieter and more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Confine yourself to the present. A noble man compares and estimates himself by an idea which is higher than himself, and a mean man by one lower than himself. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. To live happily is an inward power of the soul. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. All that exists will soon change. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look there. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. How ridiculous and how strange to be surprised at anything which happens in life. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. What we do now echoes in eternity. Don't hanker after what you don't have. Instead, fix your attentions on the finest and best that you have. And imagine how much you would long for these if they weren't in your possession. Don't go on discussing what a good person should be. Just be one. What doesn't transmit light creates its own darkness. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Life is neither good or evil, but only a place for good and evil. Because a thing seems difficult for you, do not think it impossible for anyone to accomplish. Time is a sort of river of passing events, and strong is its current. No sooner is a thing brought to sight than it is swept by and another takes its place. Look back over the past, with its changing empires that rose and fell, and you can foresee the future too.